HOA tried to claim my Lakehouse judge ruled it was exempt due to ancestral military service. What would you do if your family's century-old Lakehouse, a sanctuary of memories and honor, was suddenly threatened by a power-hungry HOA? For Elena Martinez, this wasn't just a hypothetical, it was a battle that tested her resolve, her heritage, and the legacy of her ancestors. Elena's Lakehouse sat on the serene shores of Lake Willow, a modest but cherished cabin built by her great-grandfather, a decorated World War II veteran. The property had been in her family for generations, a place where stories of sacrifice and resilience were passed down alongside fishing rods and campfires. But in the summer of 2024, the newly formed Willow Shores Homeowners Association sent Elena a letter that turned her world upside down. They claimed her Lakehouse was part of their jurisdiction and demanded she pay $5,000 in backdated dues or face foreclosure. Elena's blood boiled. Her family had owned the land outright since 1946. Long before the HOA even existed. How could they claim what wasn't theirs? The HOA's argument was as bold as it was infuriating. They insisted that when the surrounding area was developed into a gated community in the early 2000s, Elena's property was automatically absorbed into their covenant because it shared a private access road. Never mind that her family had never signed any agreement or been informed of this change. The HOA's president, Karen Whitmore, a self-proclaimed guardian of community standards, led the charge. Karen was relentless, bombarding Elena with certified letters, fines for non-compliance with landscaping rules, and threats of legal action. "This is about fairness," Karen declared at a community meeting, her voice dripping with condescension. "Everyone must contribute to maintain our property values." Elena, a single mother and history teacher, wasn't about to let her family's legacy be steamrolled by bureaucracy. She decided to fight back. Elena's first move was to dig into the legalities. She spent sleepless nights poring over property records, deeds, and HOA bylaws, her kitchen table buried under a sea of papers. The Lakehouse deed was clear. It was granted to her great-grandfather under a rare federal land program for veterans, ensuring the property remained exempt from certain local regulations due to its historical significance. Armed with this knowledge, Elena hired a lawyer, a sharp young attorney named Jamal Carter, who specialized in property disputes. Jamal uncovered a bombshell. The HOA's claim over Elena's property hinged on a questionable amendment to the community's covenant, pushed through by Karen without proper homeowner consent. The amendment falsely included Elena's land, despite its protected status. As the case gained traction, an unexpected ally emerged. Old Mr. Thompson, a reclusive neighbor who rarely left his cabin, approached Elena one evening. A retired judge and military historian, he'd overheard Karen's boasts at the local diner about teaching that Martinez woman a lesson. Thompson revealed he'd studied the same veteran land grant program during his career and confirmed Elena's property was untouchable under federal law, specifically the Service Members Civil Relief Act, SCRA, and related statutes protecting ancestral military properties. His testimony would prove pivotal, but it also painted a target on Elena's back. Karen doubled down, rallying HOA members with fear-mongering tales of freeloaders dragging down the community. Tensions soared as neighbors, once friendly, began shunning Elena, whispering about her selfishness at community barbecues. The courtroom showdown was electric. On a crisp October morning in 2024, Elena faced Karen and the HOA's high-priced legal team in federal court. Karen, dressed in a pristine blazer, smirked as her attorney argued that Elena's failure to pay dues violated community harmony. Jamal, calm but razor-sharp, dismantled their case. He presented the original 1946 deed, letters from Elena's great-grandfather detailing the property's significance, and Mr. Thompson's expert testimony on the land grant's exemptions. The twist came when Jamal revealed emails Karen had sent to the HOA board, admitting she knew the Lakehouse might be exempt but pushed for foreclosure anyway to set an example. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. Karen's face turned ashen as the judge, a no-nonsense veteran himself, leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. The judge's ruling was a thunderclap. Not only was Elena's Lakehouse exempt due to its ancestral military status, but the HOA's actions were deemed a violation of federal law. The court ordered the HOA to pay Elena's legal fees and issued a permanent injunction barring them from claiming her property. Karen's carefully crafted image crumbled. HOA members, now aware of her overreach, turned on her. At the next board meeting, a vote ousted Karen as president, and the community elected a new leader who promised transparency. Karen, humiliated, sold her own lakefront property and moved away, her reputation in tatters. Rumors swirled that she faced personal lawsuits from other homeowners for mismanaging funds, a bitter aftertaste of her own medicine. Elena stood on her Lakehouse porch the following spring, watching her daughter skip stones across the water. The cabin, weathered but proud, felt more like home than ever. The fight had cost her time, money, and sleepless nights, but it had also restored her faith in justice. She'd protected her great-grandfather's legacy, a testament to sacrifice that no HOA could erase. The community, once divided, began to heal, with neighbors stopping by to apologize and share stories of their own frustrations with Karen's reign. Elena's victory inspired others to question their HOA's overreach, sparking a wave of reforms across Willow Shores. This wasn't just a win for Elena, it was a reminder that standing up for what's right, no matter how daunting, can rewrite the story. Her Lakehouse still stands, a beacon of resilience, proving that one woman's courage can topple even the most entitled of Karens. What do you think? Did Elena's fight expose the flaws in unchecked HOA power, or was the community just trying to keep things fair? Share your thoughts below.